good day for all of you. I know we are all joining from a different places today. So thank you for taking your time to attend this webinar. We always work hard to make sure we select some topics that are interesting to people and bring people who can give you information to increase your knowledge. Because as we say, we are not in the business of selling machines, but we are in the business of empowering chocopreneurs, creating and make sure they are sustained. So I just want to give a brief history of what is Cocotown. The parent company we started in 1992. Originally, we started just trading specialty food processing machines, and we primarily focused on South Indian food, machines to make it. And then over the years, we learned that people are using these machines for some other food that's not particularly South Indian food. So we were collecting, the database of what all the uses this machine has. And then in 2007, 2008, when the recession hit, we wanted to diversify, not depend on one particular narrow segment. So that's when we started thinking about where can we have the social impact, and where we can make a difference, where we can be a trailblazer. So we looked at all the things, and then we said, okay, let's start the one focusing on the chocolate industry, so we can help people to make chocolate not in big factories, because earlier, before Cocoa Town, people had to have millions of dollars and big facilities, and they had to make tons of chocolate, but we made the level playing field. So our focus from the beginning was three areas. One is environment and customers, business, and agriculture. So for the environment, we made sure all our machines are made with high quality stainless steel, so it lasts longer. Some of the people who bought our machines in 2005, 2006, they're still using it, or they have sold it, and then third person or fourth person is still buying it and using it. And then agriculture sustainability, we want to make sure the farmers can make chocolate and earn more income potential than just selling beans as a commodity. And then for our customers, we want to make sure not just the machines, we also give them the education and all the tools for them to succeed in their business. And in the final result is also not just our customers, but also their customers, because the whole world now knows what is a healthy chocolate looks like, and they're getting, they don't have to eat the junk chocolate. They have an option. And then this is the small picture of what has Cocoa Town gone through the years. So in 1994 we had the first wet grinder, and then into we started with the melangers and grinders, and then over the years we have added the full scale of machines like roasters, crackers, winnowers, melangers, grinders, everything. And then we also have the patents on our machines. And in 2014, we saw a need. More and more people wanted to make chocolate, but they didn't know. There were some resources, but not many. So we started a B2B workshop, the boot camp. But right, temporarily now we had to stop it because of the pandemic. But in 2020, when the pandemic hit, we said, okay, we have to bring this education in some other form. That's when we came up with this Empowering Chocopreneurs webinar series. And so we just, hoping the world will come to normal life soon, so we can see everybody face to face. But we will still continue the virtual connection, because we are finding these webinars are helping people. I think at least 30 to 40 countries they sign up. So all of them may not join actively today because of the time difference. Some of them they get the recording and watch it later. So we will continue this to help people all over the world. And we always end with Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which means may all the beings everywhere in the universe be happy and free, and my thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. Thank you all. I will turn it over to Teresa.
Thank you, Mrs. Balu. What I'd like to do is just take a moment to get to know Sundari a little bit. And usually I do a little conversation What I'd like to say is, or what I'd like to talk about is in honor of Women's History Month, which March is Women's History Month, and we just had International Women's Day. I wanted to just take a moment and get a peek into the life of a woman in business, a CEO, and find out from Sundari, have there been, or can you share with us an obstacle that you faced in your journey that you were able to turn into an opportunity?
Good morning, all. Good afternoon, because you all are from different parts of the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, or whatever. So, first of all, I would like to thank Coco Town and Miss Andal Balu for giving me this great opportunity to present for this webinar presentation. So, as you all know, my name is Sundari Ganeshan. People here in US, they call me Sundari. So, I'll go with the Sundari, which is easy for everyone to pronounce. So basically, I have been here in US for the past close to 30 years. 92, I moved here. I'm a master's in computer application, postgraduate. I got it from India. Then, I moved here. Then I started my career as a software developer in 93. I worked in Birmingham, Chicago. Then 95, I moved to Atlanta. So in Atlanta, after that, I have been like a software architect, software developer, and I was working for various Fortune 500 companies. Then, 98, I actually started Next Gen Consulting. From 98 to 2007, I was working in a parallel mode. I was consulting for companies as a software consultant, as well as I was doing my software business, that is, the Next Gen Consulting, with the kids, with the family, as a woman, you all know, how hard it is. So the 10 years, it was like very tough with the little kids and with the business and with my consulting profession. Then I quit my profession in 2007. I was just focusing on my my business, which is Next Gen Consulting. Teresa, she was asking me about how you kind of made your obstacles to opportunities. So I would say, when I quit my the consulting job, it was really tough for me how to I can move on to my business. How do I focus? So I had a little challenge because managing the family and taking care of the business, it was a little bit challenge for me. But, I was kind of pretty consistent, and I came up with a strategy. That is, the important thing about making an obstacle to opportunity is do some strategy. That is the main thing. So which was I was doing? I was focusing on whatever was in current trend. That time I was focusing on that. So then, all the internet and, as after that internet everybody started using it. Then the website, and we started with the website development. Then we studied the market. Then we really figured it out. People were a search engine optimization. People were looking how to bring their business to the first page in their Google. So we moved on to that. Now, now everything is like e-commerce. People don't want to go to the shop. And the pandemic, due to the pandemic, people were doing a lot of online shopping. So now we are really focusing on e-commerce development. So that's how my journey from my obstacle to opportunity. I hope, I answered you, Miss Teresa.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I always like to get a takeaway from the webinars, and it sounds like one of the opportunities that you had was finding balance, and your tool that you use for that was have a plan, have a strategy, have a plan, and that helped you achieve the balance of managing so much. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. I learned a lot in that short bit of time.
And
So with that, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, and here we go.
Sure. No, thank you. I'm just going to present everything that kind of we wanted to share about e-commerce. You just note down all the questions as Teresa said, then we should be able to answer you at the end. So already Teresa introduced me. I'm the CEO and founder of NextGen. From 98, I have been doing the business. In addition to that, I'm really passionate about, contributing to the community. So that's my another passion. So every Sunday for the past 20 years, I have been contributing my time. From all Sunday mornings, I contribute my time to teach my Indian language called Tamil. That the school name is called Alfreda Tamil School. And, it's a non-profit organization. I founded that school in 2002, and it has been 20. It's my 20 years. It's my this is my 20th year, and even tomorrow morning I'll be going to Tamil school all morning. So that's my passion and contribution to my community. Then the next, other than that, I have been some non-profit organization also. I'm an executive member in some other non-profit organization. I try myself to contribute to the community. That's about me. And then, I already said thank you to Miss Andal Balu and Coco Town, but I would like to thank them again for such a great thing they are doing, like, the Coco entrepreneurship and sponsoring webinars and making awareness about, starting the chocolate industry. And I really, really appreciate all their effort. Thank you all. Thank you, Ms. Anda. Now, this is today's agenda. And, we are going to go stage by stage. Some of you may already know some of the things that I'm going to explain, but our goal for today is, if someone, who is really new to the e-commerce, they also need to know what they need to do, as well as someone who have been in the business for so many years, they may be some what about e-commerce, they may know what about online store, they may know that, but still we wanted to explain that. So then eventually we will be moving on to search engine optimization and things like that. So we are going to cover a lot of topics, okay, today. The first one is, what is e-commerce website? We are going to explain to that. Then for the newbies, how they are going to create an online store. Then if you have an e-commerce platform, if you want to migrate to a new technology, what do you need to do? Then, there are a lot of e-commerce platforms available today. Which one you want to choose? We are going to explain that topic. Then we are going to come to the topic of what to, when you have a website, what are the essential things you need to have? When you are having e-commerce website, the essential things, what the customers, what the users look for. That's the next topic, that the essential of the e-commerce website. Then finally, we are going to, do the search engine optimization. So there are a lot of concepts, we'll be going one by one, note down your questions. We should be able to answer at the end. So the very first thing is, what is e-commerce website? You all know that. What is the e-commerce website? That is, you are allowing the users to buy the products and services from the website. Very simple terms. We just put it in a very, very simple terms so that everyone can understand. You may ask, okay, I am running my business from my own store, physical store, or I am running my business from my house. Why do I need the online store? So there are some points that we wanted to explain why you need to have your own store for your own products. Amazon, eBay, there are so many websites that, you can develop the chocolate or whatever product from your home and you can always sell it over there. Then why do I need my own store? It's waste of money, you may be thinking, but there are some reasons. Because, if you have your own store, you may be able to display your products so that the customers can directly work with you. Yes, in Amazon, they can put review, but having your own store, you can build a one-on-one relationship with your customer. That is the number one thing you have to think about. The other one is, you can have a wide customer base, domestic, international customers. And it is having the physical store, yes, there will be an opening time, there will be an ending time, but online stores 24/7. If one person may be sleeping, another person may be buying it from your store. Then you can organize your storefront anytime without anybody's help, with one IT developer or somebody who can help you out. Also, if you think about last pandemic, for the past 2 years, so many stores, they had to shut down because they did not have the plan, they did not have the online store. So they were like really worried about what they were going to do. But the people though who had that store, they did not have any issues. They were able to sell all their products without any issues. So these are some important things that you need to remember to have your own online stores. Okay, now for this is the next one or two slides are going to be for newbies. You are running a business from home. You don't have an e-commerce store, online store. What do you have to do? Okay, I'm going to start my e-commerce store tomorrow. What I'm going to do? These are the steps. Again, we put it in a high level because we cannot put everything in detail, but we are putting it in a high level. Of course, we can help you out, in question and answer session. First thing, you need to come up with your domain name. It's all some technical names here and there, but do not worry. Just come up with a name for your store, like a physical store, which could be your brand name or which could be your company name, whatever it is. Okay, once I decide my name. So for example, so I chose my name, Next Gen Consulting, 25 years back, because I think, what is needed for next generation. So I chose Next Gen. You can choose anything like that. So next one is web hosting provider. You may be thinking, web hosting, what is that all about? Someone who is going to give you the web hosting plan, which means, your site runs from them, from their server, okay? That is called web hosting provider. There are so many web hosting providers are available. Bluehost, Yahoo, one-on-one, and if you go to the internet and if you browse, you can get it. Then after that, you may need to think about like, am I going to choose a monthly plan, yearly plan, or it's like there are so many plans available. Based on your budget, you can always choose. Nowadays, the web hosting, it's getting very, very cheaper. Like from $3 to $10 per month, you can get it for very, very easily. Then you chose the domain, you got the web hosting, you got you decided about your plan. Now you have to choose your the SSL certificate, which is also a technical term. Do not worry if you don't understand. When you go to the website provider, the web hosting provider, they should be able to, you should be able to get the certificate from them, which makes your website HTTPS, not HTTP. So, the HTTP it's like a safer side. Like, this is the certificate, which is like an electronic passport, and make sure to identify my site is a secured one. Because, if your site is listed in Google, if it is not secured, your customer may be thinking, oh, what happened if I go to the site? I may get hacked, I may get virus. So the HTTPS is going to make your user feel comfortable, okay? So these are all the basic things. Then after that, if you have your IT developer, you can use them and develop your website, or you can hire a developer. There are a lot of companies, and you can go with them and do your design and development. So this slide is for the newbies. Most of them, I hope most of you have already websites. So you may be thinking why she is explaining, but I want to make sure everybody is covered, including newbies to all the way to the medium-sized business. The next slide, we are going to talk about migration. So what is the migration? Again, something like, technological term. We know migration, but in IT side, what is the migration? So the migration is moving your present site to a different technology platform. So you are running your site in Ecommerce. You have been running it for the past 10 years, assume that. What is the migration? So you are thinking, I want to move it from this technology to different e-commerce technology. That means you are moving your existing customers' data, the content, everything to the new provider. So WooCommerce to some different technology. So, the next topic is going to be like, when do I need to move my platform? I have a site which is working fine. My customers are able to buy things. Why do I have to spend money on moving my existing site to a different site, different platform? But you noticed, when you are browsing some sites, some sites which are doing the same business, like a chocolate business, or even, any other websites, they are so slick. They are so modern. They are so trendy. But yours look like, little old. The technology is changing every day. So, of course, you can see the difference. Then what you have to do is, why my, people actually in the modern, the 90s kids or modern, they wanted something modern, not like an old, looking website. Then what you need to do is you need to go to the site and check the following things. If you check, you may able to figure it out whether you need to move to the new technology or not. The first one is you are putting a lot of effort maintaining your customer, maintaining your site. So, to make a small change, you are spending hours to make a small change in your site. The other one is it fully mobile? Suppose if you open your site in the mobile, you don't see it, get it organized. It's like everywhere. All your site's content is everywhere. It doesn't look really, slick or friendly. So that's the other reason you may need to move on to a new platform. The another important thing is, when technology grows, the security, you need to focus on security, because there are a lot of, people who are ready to, hack your site, get the data, get the details. So the recent technology takes care of, the security very well when compared to the older technology. So your website, if your website security is not up to the mark, if you suspect that there may be some security leaks, immediately you need to switch on to a new platform, which is really, really important. Then another thing is, yes, 10 years back, you started the site. At that time, you have 10 customers buying. Now, you are putting a lot of effort and improving your business. Now, you are not able to handle the traffic, or you are not able to handle the volume. Then it's time for you to move to a new technology. The next point you may need to think about is the products. That's a very, very important thing, because always, when you start any business, you always start in a small scale, right? You may start with the 10 types of chocolates manufacturing, or I'm just saying chocolate because, Cocoa Town, we know that, they are in that industry. So you may able to understand really well. That's the reason I'm using chocolate and, Cocoa Town and those products. So insufficient navigation. You might be started with 10 products. Now you have 100 products. And if you look at your website, you are putting the products here and there, and it's not organized. So if your product line has outgrown your navigation, definitely you need to move on to a new platform. The another point you have to think about is your customers are not satisfied with your website. For example, they're calling you quite often. They're saying, hey, I'm in the middle of the checking, but I'm not able to check in. I'm not able to check out. I'm not able to, buy, it is locked here. It's the screen is not moving to the next screen. The shipping is not working. If you are getting so many calls, I know you will be able to fix it with your current website, but that is going to make your customer, your user, not happy. They're saying, why I'm spending half an hour to get this one particular thing. I will rather move to somebody else who can just process my transaction just like that. So that's another important thing. Then, the last thing that we wanted to tell you is your existing platform is outdated. That means, sometimes the software support, you can see, hey, you are using version 3.4. We are not going to support this 3.4 anymore. And you may need to move on to, this, to upgrade this. You may need to do this, but you will be that time you will be thinking, oh my God, I am in 3.4. I don't have time to enhance my product because I'm busy, developing this and that. So that instead of doing that, you always stay ahead. Okay, the technology will be changing every single day. Even, we have to update our, knowledge every single day because that's the way, it is. So make sure if it is not up to date, if you think that your existing site has the old, software, then immediately you may need to move on to a new technology. So I list so many points. What you all need to do is, if you have a current website, okay, you check out, you check each and individual points, like, whether, yes, my site is doing this, my doing that. If it is not, you may need to think about moving on to a new technology. So now, okay, I have decided to move on to a new technology. I don't know what to do. What platform I have to choose. When I Google, I get like, tens and 20 e-commerce recommended platform, which one I have to use for my organization. So the important thing is, whatever platform you choose, it has to give you security, scalability, yield higher in conversion, more return customer, and increased order value. This is the base which you have to think about it. So once, before you choosing a platform, so whenever you choose a platform, you need to have a mindset, okay, I am going to use this platform for maybe another 5 years. Every 5 years, usually people move on to a new upgrades and new site. If you want to keep it modern and keep it with the trendy, so 5 to 8 years, I would say. So in that case, you need to think the following things. Okay, the new platform, is it easy to use? Is it giving a lot of option, like, help the shoppers to fill up their cart, save checkout and save payment? And is it easy to optimize the mobile site? Is it giving a site speed? Is it giving a lot of options for me to kind of, applications as well as plugins because of the business, inventory, catalog management? Then is it giving opportunity for me to social media integration? Then of course, the search engine optimization. So all these things you may need to think about before you choose a platform. Because, once you choose it, once you spend some money, it has to be there for at least 5 to 8 years. Okay. Now, I know you may be saying, okay, I don't have time to look for all those things. I don't know. I want to know which is the best. But we cannot say this is best or this is bad or this is worst, because it depends on your business. Small business, medium level business, and there is a large business. There are so many type of business. So you need to know what you need. Then you choose the platform. As you know, I'm just listing some of the platforms which you can consider based on your organization's size. And, Shopify is everywhere nowadays. So with the basic fee of $29, I'm just listing whatever available in their website. Okay, so the $29 a month, then which is a very, very widely popular, and they have a rich set of integrated features. Then, of course, you all know WordPress, WooCommerce. You might be using WooCommerce. WooCommerce and WordPress, yes, people say, okay, it's an open source. Why are you spending money every month for, other platforms like BigCommerce, Magento, Salesforce? Why are you doing when you have a WooCommerce or WordPress, which is an open platform? You don't pay any monthly fee, but, you need to have a technical people sitting in your office and making changes. They need to be really good at what they are changing. So these are some of the e-commerce platforms available, but again, you need to choose what you need to do. Salesforce Commerce Cloud, that's for bigger organization, but you need to have at least 5 people sitting in your office, to make the changes. Okay. Now we have seen why do I need to migrate? We have seen what do I need to think about when I'm migrating, which technology platform I'm going to choose. The next thing is we saw a couple of e-commerce platforms which are available in the market. Okay, I hired an IT developer to do that. He's developing. Most of the time, the e-commerce development companies, they know whatever I'm going to explain further in the next, 3 or 4 steps, 4 slides. But if you are managing your own business, e-commerce store, you may need to look at the following things. Is my website having these things? That's what the essential of the successful e-commerce site. So I'm going to list, and you check your existing site. So the first thing is enhanced shopping cart, which we all know, it has to be very, very simple checkout process for easy shopping, because nowadays everybody is doing shopping from their mobile. So that's the reason, it has to be easy, simple, and mobile friendly. Then the content management system. When you are building a website, you need to consider having a blog space. And every time, yes, WooCommerce, we are all able to do blogs and things like that, but there are a lot of, code changes and things like that we have to do. But, a friendly content management system in your website, it is very, very necessary. So you need to have it in your website. Then email marketing, definitely you need to have. You need to send emails to your customers every month, festival season offers, coupons, new intro, new intro coupons, everything. Your website should have option to incorporate email marketing. Then, of course, social media integration. So, whatever you are nowadays, whatever you are selling it in website, you should be able to sell it in Facebook marketplace. You should be able to, sell it in other e-commerce platform. So the social media integration is getting very, very popular, and people doesn't have to go to the site. Once they go to the site, they can always, you link your products to all those, social media platforms. Then shipping, yes, a lot of companies, they have a hard time managing shipping. So the what do you call, because it depends on the business to business. Some people it's like a flat shipping. Some people they have to pack it. They have to pack it with the coolers. They have to pack it with the, if they pack it with the coolers, they have to send it in a day to the customer. The fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, those things, it has to be shipped. And so your what do you call website, the newly developing e-commerce website should be able to give a lot of shipping options for the customers. The customers needs to feel, okay, when I go to this particular e-commerce website, I have all options. That's a third-party shipping integration your site should have. The next one is your website, your newly designed website should have a chat service. At any point of time, a customer, if they go and if they're doing shopping, if they have a question, they should be immediately chatting with your representative so that, they can, get their, questions answered, cleared quickly, and they can buy it. If you don't have a chat service, they can always call. Yes, of course, you can say call, this number, we should be able to answer. But nowadays, again, it's people are, always in a hurry. They don't want to take their phone and make a call. They'll say, instead of that, while browsing your products, they can chat, they can finish, the deal. So the customers, make sure to include customer support. Then always include the product comparison. Okay, the comparison means, even within, you don't have to compare with the other companies' products. You can compare your own products in your website, saying that, hey, this chocolate has this many calories, this many nutrition, this product. So, that will give you customers, like, you are open to them, like, hey, they are saying this, and it is, they are giving the responsibility to the customer to choose their product. So the product comparison, and of course, you should include the user review. The user review is, if someone posted about you, make sure, you include it. Then, the return policy. The return policy, because nowadays people, if they don't, if they want, they keep it. If they don't want, they should be able to return it back with the free shipping. Again, they don't want to pay the money. So when, you have to include. The last one is the search engine optimization. It's a technical term. So, but we are going to talk about more, in the later slides, but, that's also important. So all these things are very, very essential for any e-commerce website. So mobile complaint, blog, email marketing, social media integration, third-party shipping, customer support via chat, and product comparison, return policy, then search engine optimization. These are the essential part of any e-commerce website. So, if you are not developing, if you are giving your product, your development to somebody else, so, you need to make sure, hey, are you doing this? I want this, I want this, I want this. You need to ask that. Most of the time, people like us, who are expert in e-commerce, we make sure we check, okay, we do this. Did we do that for them? Did we do that for them? We usually check, but, again, it is your responsibility to do that. So I'm going to list some more things that you need to look for a new, in your e-commerce site, which is like, these are the things which is nice to have in your website, like, onboard survey, account, someone is closing the account with you, the survey, give them the survey. Your site should give them the survey. Then feedback. Then, of course, feedback. Then photo gallery. The photo gallery is very, very important. Why we say that? The more time the customer spends on your website, the Google will be happy to see that. They will increase your ranking. So, okay, someone is spending this much time here in this Cocotown website. That means they are doing a good job. So Google will, increase the ranking. So make sure you put a photo gallery, because people love to, see anything visual. Okay. Then the nice page transition. What is the nice page transition? You are here, you are going to one category, then you are going to one product, then you are going to somewhere. then finally you lost. You don't know where exactly you are in their website. Oh, I started here, but now I am here. So the page transition, you really, really need to make sure, design it properly. Of course, search functionality, fast and accurate. If someone wanted to search some product, immediately they should be able to search. And, that's also you need to look for. Then again, it is keywords and search phrases. That's the search engine optimization. We will talk about it. Then I want to share important thing about the recent trend in product description, which is, nowadays, because young generation, they are buying it, they are looking at it. They want something really like a story of the product, not just like a one image and the variant images and the description saying that, hey, this is this. They want like animation. They want like a storytelling about your product. For example, when you are selling a chocolate, then you may need to say, the chocolate is made up of this type of beans, why it is so special, how it can be used. And the storytelling videos is getting very, very popular nowadays in the product description. But I know how hard it is. If you have 100 products, you can, it is going to be very, very hard to include videos in each and every product and describe. But, even if you are not able to do for all 100, it would be good. You can do it for the one product which you are selling, most often, quite often. So that, that page, people will be saying, hey, very interested to watch this video, how they are making this chocolate, how, something like that. Also make sure, when you are describing your product, include nutrition facts, color, size, make them to, the important thing about product description is, what if one customer walks into a store and if they buy a product, they can take the product, they can feel it, they can look at it, they can see, immediately, even if I go to a store, if I take a, chips or chocolate, immediately I will be looking at the nutrition facts. Immediately I know the color, the package, everything. So all those things should be, the customer should be able to feel it in the website. So that is the goal, product description is very much important. Then of course, you can include the stories about, the making of your chocolate or whatever, that type of stories, you can integrate with your e-commerce website. So these are the essential elements of any e-commerce website. If you don't have to have everything, but at least you need to have at least 60 to 70% of things. If you plan to have, it will be really, really good for you. So that's a thing about what to have it in your e-commerce website. Now, okay, now I know what I need to have. What are the design factors? Anyone can design website. There are a lot of free stuff available. You can download and you can just alter here and there. You can create a website. But when you are doing that, or when you are asking a developer to do that, you need to think about all those things. Because, when you may be thinking, why this IT developer is taking this long, I am giving everything, why he's not finishing up early? Because, each and every time when we develop a website, we just sit and discuss, okay, for the color combination, for very number one thing we focus on the color combination, which usually takes us for couple of days for us to choose the color. You may say, okay, why can't you choose green? Why can't you choose red or something like that? That's my favorite color. It doesn't work like that when you are designing a website. So color scheme, you have to come up with a color scheme for your website, which is the number one thing, which takes time for the developers to do that, because we do analysis of, okay, this is their business. Okay, for example, if it is if you are selling like a wheat grass or something, that's something to do with the nature. So we will go with the green, and because the grass, wheat grass, or some greens or something, so we will go with the greens. So if you are selling some nuts, so then we will be thinking, okay, it's a brown coordination. The same thing with the chocolate, means it's like something green, the brown shade. So as soon as someone enter into your website, it has to say about your business. That is the key to the site color. So in choosing the color, not just the color, you may need to think about 5 different colors. We don't put it in our website. We just choose 2 colors, at the maximum 3 colors. Then we may thinking, okay, then if we put text, how the background looks, how this text works, what font we choose, each and everything. As a developer, we always focus. If you do that, you just focus on that. That's the reason some websites are so slicky, trendy, and look so good. Other websites, even if you look at it, even though they might have spent a lot of money on that, it's not going to look good. It has information, of course. Other thing we want to share about the color scheme is, when you start with the one color, it has to match with your brand. Okay, this is the brand you already established. So you bring the same brand across the board. When someone thinks about the Cocoa Town, someone thinks about some business, always the color scheme, has to be registered in the user's mind. So the branding and the color scheme of your website always has to be matched. The next one is the hierarchy. Okay. The hierarchy is, you have tons of information in your business. I have this, I have that, I want to put everything in website. Don't do that. Yes, we know you have 50, 100 different information. We don't do that. What we do is, we just ask the customer, we get the information, then we just organize it. Number 1 priority, number 2 priority, number 3 priority. Okay. Number 1 priority has to be there in the home page. Number 3 priority, if customer wants, they can go to the 3rd page and they can look at it. They don't, you don't want to put everything, as a number 1. Then, it's not going to have its own importance. So group the contents so that user won't get lost. Don't put too many things, and don't try to distract the user. The user is here. They are going to be in your site just to buy, a product. That time you don't overwhelm them with your information. And we know that you are doing so many things. We know you have so many important things, but user doesn't have time to do that, to go through everything. They'll be saying, oh yeah, why this many information? This is what I want. You look at, just the example, you look at the bigger mega organization, sites. Yes, all they use, they just focus on their sales point. They don't have the history of everything. They may have here and there, okay, we are doing this is the, President Day sale. I'm talking about mega organization. I don't want to mention any particular business, but if you buy a shop, clothing, or if you go to a big stores, they are not going. They may have information somewhere else. So the hierarchy is the another thing. The next one, the navigation. The navigation is, when your customer buys a product, they need to navigate. We call it like a breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs has to say where exactly you are in that website. You look at one thing, then you go somewhere. Finally, you may, your customer won't be able to buy anything. Then they'll be like, close your site, and they'll be moving on, because they spend too much time on looking at other things, and they may, by the time they read everything, they'll be losing the interest to buy anything. So that's another thing. So the site color, hierarchy, and navigation are the 3 important things, when you design your website. So, but a developer should know all those things. So I'm just telling you, in case if you are doing it on your own, you may need to consider these things. The next, we saw what is important for your website. Now we are going to see, when you are designing on your own, these are all little technical, but still, if you are designing it on your own, you may need to consider a little bit. We usually design for a small device like a mobile, because when you are designing your screen for a bigger screen like a desktop, then when you are compressing into a mobile, it's not going to work well. So we always think, okay, the mobile size is like this. What are the key information they want to see it now, in the screen before you move them, go to a different screen. So we keep the mobile design, I made to say mobile means smaller devices. It could be a laptop. It's not laptop. It could be an iPad, or it could be something. So also there is the design techniques. You may, that's the thing again and again. I'm telling you, yeah, I have a theme. I can do this. I can just change the content. It doesn't work like that. When you design, we look at how to organize the things, like vertically, horizontally, how it is going to reach the customer. So we subdivide them into the blocks, then we make it to the rectangular tiles. So then, out of 10 information the customer gives to us, then we will be, sorting out and say, so these three needs to be in the top 3 tiles, so that, they get more clicks on the product, and they get, they can sell more things. So highlight the content that are important. So again, the colors, the fonts, the interfaces, the brand, everything needs to match it with each other. Always, don't make complicated. When it comes to user, make everything very, very simple, because, people are kind of, everything is online. Kids are, for the past 2 years, kids are learning everything from online, even dance classes, music classes, everything is online. And people don't want to spend more time on the, reading things. So make it visual, actually. Nowadays, recent trend, I'm just sharing all we know about, the e-commerce business. We hope it's going to be useful. That's the reason we are sharing. We use icon. It's nowadays icon menu is a trendy ones. You know what is icon means, like everything has its own icon. Icon is the trendy, eye-catching one nowadays. So these are the user interface design. Responsive, the responsive means it has to be adjusted to a phone, it has to show in the laptop, it has to be a desktop. That is the responsive design. Okay, now we have seen everything about design, essential, commercial topic, essential and commercial, what do you call it? Essential needs of a commercial website. Now we know we are going to move to the another important one called search engine optimization. Again, it is technical. I will try my level best to explain to you, but if you are kind of not able to understand, always, you can email to Coco Town and they can able to forward to us. We should be able to, respond back to you. But, it is technical, but, it is going to be very, very helpful for you. The search engine optimization. What is the search engine optimization? Because there are a lot of search engines available in the internet world, like, search engine bots. We call it search engine bots. Google is one bot, then Yahoo, then Microsoft, Bing. They're all bots. There are so many bots. So those bots, what they are going to do is, their duty is to kind of keep scrolling and, keep working in the background and trying to find out which business site is the best one, which is the good one for the customer. That is their job, the search engine bots. Because, I know I may have some technical audience in this webinar, but, I'm not using technical terms. I'm using a plain old, a simple, I'm trying to explain the search engine optimization in plain old, simple terms. So you may be saying, oh, that's not that, but, this is for to make everyone understand, okay? So that bots will be kind of trying to find out which site is best. Then once they find out, they are going to put that business in the first page of the Google. So that's the Google ranking. People say you need to do search engine optimization because Google wants to rank. What is the Google wants to rank? Yeah, it's like a plus or A. Exactly. If your site scores good marks, yes, your site will be in the page 1. Yes, if someone who is not, whatever matching their expectation, your site will be in 11th page, 100th page, 200th page. Yes, that is what it's all about. So the SEO is the key to your site's ranking. There are so many bots available. The number one most factor of search engine optimization, the Google or Yahoo or anything looks for is the key. What is the key? Good content. Yeah, good content means your site has to be informative. Someone looks, they have to find out what exactly their business is about, what are they selling, why I need to buy, all those things. So good content is very, very important. Then, blog, yes, include it, because blog gives a lot of information. Then, distribute press releases in your site. Then, ask the guest to write the blog in your site. These things is going to make your site, like Google will be thinking, oh, these people are doing a very good job of making the users informing about everything that they know. Then, Google will move your site to the first page slowly. It's not going to be a one-day thing. I will explain that also. So the search engine bots will look for keywords. That means the keywords, you have to put the keywords in your website. If I'm saying that, then you mean, what is the keyword? What is that all about? This is the most important page I wanted to explain to you. I know it is a lot of technical terms, but for your business growth, I want you to seriously consider about this page, okay? The search engine optimization page. So keyword planner. First of all, when NextGen designs the website, we come up with, we get the, information from our clients. Okay, if the client asks us, okay, design this website, then we, as I told you, we spend a couple of days, 2 to 3 days for color scheme, branding, the fonts. Even the font makes difference. We do that. After that, the information they gave, we need to make sure your site, that the design site, has to come in first 2 pages of Google, not in 1 month. It may take 3 to 6 months time. It has to kind of come in the front. So for that, we are going to do the keyword analysis of your business. So, it is available in Google, but it's a paid one. You may need to opt for the Google advertisement plan. Then you may get, keyword planner. Also, we have a lot of licensed tool to do that. Okay, we have a license tool which creates the keyword for any business. Then we incorporate that words in your site when we develop. So to find keywords, use keyword research like Google Keyword Planner. If you have any other source, feel free to do that. Get the keyword incorporated into your site. Okay, where do I need to include? You say, yeah, your code is there. Where do I include? So the meta tags, again, it's all technical terms. I'm not sure how I can explain everything to you, but I'll try my level best and give the highlights. Then you can take it from there. So your titles, descriptions, meta tags, everything matters. It's not like just like okay, I know how to copy and paste my product in this e-commerce platform. I know why I need a developer. No, doesn't work like that. Then, so the description needs to be written in the way that, Google, so when the Google search for a keyword product, like, chocolate manufacturing, bean and bar business, bean and something, you need to, it has to make sure it is there. Then, what about, the titles also, the product titles. When I'm saying titles, the product has to be, describe what exactly people are looking for. You cannot just say, okay, this is my product, this is something. No. If you are saying, okay, chocolate manufacturing machine, means that has to be mentioned somewhere in the description of the product. Okay, I figured it out, all my products, all my titles, all my description. Now time for me to move on to sitemap. What is the sitemap? Again, technical. You don't worry about, if you don't know about it, because, there are IT developers which can do those things for you. Its sitemap is like, when you go to the park, you need to know this ride is there, that ride is there. You need to know that. So Google needs to know that. You have developed your site, but it has to know. It can search it and find it over the years, definitely. But I'm saying Google, but there are other bot machines also. I don't think I'm using Google a lot. It's coming, Google browser is coming very easily to me. So that's the reason I'm using Google. So the sitemap is like, structure of your site, which has to be like, we have to use the map generator tool and do that. So, okay, I know the keywords for my company. I have included my description styles. I have included the sitemap. Okay, what about next? Okay, I know that I or my company IT developer or some business, like, they developed, they uploaded. We just don't leave it like that. Then if you leave it like your site, it's going to be like that forever. The very number first thing is you need to update every week, every month, if not at least once in 2 weeks. You need to make sure the site is alive. Okay, that is the important thing about search engine optimization. It has to be alive. Okay, I've developed, I used a user, I left it like that. No, it's not going to work like that. Okay. For that, there are some, Google gives some analytical tools for you about, where you stand, where your website stands. It's called Google Search Console, Google Analytics. Those are the two things which is like, going to tell you what exactly, how many users visited your site last week. Is it from East Coast, or is it from, are they from East Coast? Are they from West Coast? Are they from India? Are they from Philippines? Are they from Mexico? The Google Analytics is going to tell you, like, each and everything. I will kind of show you, if time permits, I will show you the screenshots at the end, if time permits. But, otherwise you can just browse and you can see it in what is the Google Analytics. So it's going to tell you, the Google Analytics is going to tell you how many visitors visited your site last week, where were they from, what time they visited, everything about your site. It is going to tell you. It is also going to tell you the customers, they were searching for this particular keyword. So whenever you install a deploy a website, you make sure you connect it with Google Analytics, Google Search Console. It's all kind of, again, I'm telling you these things. It is going to be hard for the non-technical people. Okay, so, but that's the way it works. That's where IT developers can help you out. Okay, so you make sure you do the Google Search Console, Google Analytics. Then the last thing is the Google ads, Yahoo ads, Bing ads, everything, YouTube ads, everything is there now. That is like, Pinterest ads. You allocate some budget every month, not much. Facebook ads, $50, maybe like a $25. You allocate some fund and you can promote your business. You can always say, hey, I have deployed my site last month. Search engine optimization is not a 1-day thing or a 15 days thing or a 1-month thing. That's what we always tell our customers. Yes, we do search optimization, search engine optimization for the customers. We do it. Once we do that, we tell the customers that, you need to wait because Google takes its own time. Bing takes its own time. You will see it in 2 to 3 months time. But, nowadays, there are a lot of advertisement options by paying some money, like, Google pay-per-click. That is means, you are coming up with your ad plan. This is like a billboard. When you go in the road, you see a billboard, someone is paying money on advertising. The same thing, you do post about your company, and you post about, what you do by paying some money. It's not like you don't have to spend like a $500, $1,000. We don't recommend. We always say allocate some smaller, amount of budget, like $100 per month. You start with $100, which is very, very minimal amount for any type of business. Anybody can afford that amount, so that, they can get, like, a user can buy $500 worth of amount. So if you choose Google pay-per-click, if you choose like a YouTube ad, I'm not sure, but, some businesses, they do that. Then, Facebook ad and all, definitely, your user will go to your site, they will see it. It is like a pay-per-click, like, you pay, only someone clicks your link. Okay, so that is called a pay-per-click. If, advertisement is free, if someone clicks, yes, Google will charge you. Like, again, that depends upon the competitors. That's what I wanted to make clear about pay-per-click. For example, a dentistry office, you have where I am living, I have 10 different dentistry offices. If the next door dentist, not next door, I would say, someone who is in the same area, if they are giving like $5 per click, then Google will put their advertisement first, then yours next. So the competitive, it is based on the amount, is based on the competitiveness in your area about the same business. It's again, these are the things you need to consider when you design a new e-commerce website or any website. Okay, now I will move on. Okay, now branding. These are the final topics, and we are kind of coming closer to end of our presentation because I gave a lot of information. It's really hard for everyone to process everything, especially if you are new to e-commerce. But we wanted to make sure you guys are taking your time and attending our seminar, my webinar. So I want to make sure you get it is useful for you. If you are, that's the reason we are trying to cover all the topics. Branding, focus on your branding. Okay, use the social media platform, and special packaging of your products. Personalized it. Nowadays, people want everything personalized. A coffee mug, they want their name. Then everything is kind of so personalized. That's a modern trend. That's the youngsters wanted all the personalized. Move on into the direction. When you are starting up some new product, think about all the word coming up. Okay, how can I make this package specialized? Okay, how can I make it something like nowadays you can see everybody, most of the people are having their picture in the coffee mug, or, that type of personalization I'm talking about. Also, social media. I know you all might be really very good experts in social media marketing. You should be having a dedicated FB page, a Facebook business page, and videos, pictures, and Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is getting very popular because it is giving you a story. People like to watch a 30-second to 40-second video. They don't want to sit and watch a 33 minutes video. No, 30-second video. If they make, they will definitely like it. A quick TikTok video, if you can create it, do it. Then, of course, continuous update. Make it happen. Establishing a platform is not sufficient. So make it continuous effort to update your website. That's another important thing. Change the contents, add the things, organize it. So that's all about branding. Then finally it's a digital marketing, which again, we already talked about it. Email, Facebook, blogs, affiliate marketing, mobile apps, then that's all TikTok, YouTube, pay-per-click. They're all kind of digital marketing. So this is my last slide about, with the essential needs of the e-commerce website, things needed in the website, how to promote. Again, I touched everything in a high level because we cannot go in detail. It will be really boring. I'm not, it is already like an hour already. So, but if you have question, you can post it now, and we can answer it in 5 to 10 minutes time. If not, we will, get the answers to you. And, we are always here to help you out. We wish you the very best, whatever you do. And online trend is everywhere. Thank you. Thank you, Teresa. Now I'm transferring to you.